After this arrest, what we have seen that today the women or the villagers in Sandeshkhali are distributing sweets among themselves, or what we call Bengali Sandesh. The sweet means is shared with others because they are seeing that as a victory of the people. Since the attack on the ED officials in January 5, we have seen that so many women in Sandeshkhali have come out on the streets and lodged complaints against these TMC leaders, and especially against this TMC strongman, Sheikh Shahjahan. So, for 1.5 months, it was like Sandeshkhali, an island of fear. So today, that that fear has come to an end. We can say that finally, after 50 days, the TMC government or the West Bengal police has arrested Sheikh Shahjahan, and he was produced to a court, and he has been sent to police custody for 10 days. But you have to understand that this has been the long-standing demand of the people of Sandeshkhali, and the TMC government was under pressure from multiple sides. Like the opposition has been targeting her for not being able to take any kind of action against Sheikh Shahjahan for last over 50 days, and it was also under pressure from various human rights bodies like National Commission of Human Rights, the Women's Commission, the Child's Commission. They had sent a delegation to Sandeshkhali, and they were not allowed to visit the area because Section 144 of CRPC was in force. So the pressure was coming from every side, even from the people on the ground, because we have seen that as TMC's strongman was not arrested, the people were continuing to hit the road and making allegations against other leaders. You have to understand that so far the Uttam Sardar, another TMC strongman, was arrested. Later, that Jilla Parishad member Shiva Prasad Hajra was arrested. And few days ago, we seen that another TMC leader, Ajit Maiti, who was chased by the villagers, and he had taken a shelter inside a house of a civic volunteer. Later, he was removed from the house by the police and was arrested later at the night. So we seen that the pressure was mounting and the clock was ticking, because there was an ultimatum from Governor C.V. Ananda Bose to arrest him immediately. But this arrest comes that it's kind of a face-saving measure by the TMC, that the state government has finally done something over this issue. So therefore, it's like a TMC on one hand try to arrest the protest of the women because it's continuing there in Sandeshkhali, and on one hand try to send a message to the opposition that the state government is doing fine. And another thing I want to add is that after this arrest, what we have seen that today the women or the villagers in Sandeshkhali are distributing sweets among themselves, or what we call Bengali Sandesh. The sweet means is shared with others because they are seeing that as a victory of the people, victory of their protest movements. Because you have to take into account that at first we were not getting any official complaint from the women. Women were scared to come out on the streets. There was social stigma attached with it. There were some societal pressures that they were not very eager to speak about that. Maybe they had not disclosed the kind of atrocities they had faced with their even husbands or their fathers. So after that, we have seen that they had lodged written complaints accusing these leaders of. So therefore, it's a kind of victory for these women in Sandeshkhali that finally their protests have borne fruit. Finally, they have been able to force the state government to take some concrete action in this regard, because this has been going on for several years. Even the High Court, the Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court, T.S. Sivagnaman, had pulled up the state government for not being able to arrest Sheikh Shahjahan for so many days. So therefore, yeah, it's a victory for the people in Sandeshkhali.